Hi, I'm Olivia, a women's health exercise physiologist. This is going to be a 10-minute stretching video targeting muscles of your lower back and through your glutes around your hips as well. It's going to be in real time so you can follow along, following me and copying me at the same time as we do it. I'm just using a yoga mat as my space, but we might go slightly off it, but you won't need too much space around you. So we're going to start standing. I'm just at the end of the mat. Feet just a comfortable hip distance apart. Roll your shoulders in circles a couple of times. And then just let your arms hang heavy and floppy. Keeping a soft bend in your knees, tuck your chin to your chest, and we're just going to roll down one vertebrae at a time. So one segment of your spine. Maybe your hands will touch the ground, maybe they won't. But I don't want you to have fully straight knees. Keep a soft, so a tiny bend in them. And then we're just letting your arms and your upper body hang heavy. Take a breath or two. And then pop your right hand on your outside of your right ankle. Left hand over the top, rotate your torso or your chest towards that left hand. Now we're trying not to rotate your hips with you because then you won't get much of a stretch. So keep your hips where they are facing forward. It's just your upper body that's rotating. So we're stretching out through the side of your torso. Maybe the muscles just above your pelvis into your lower back. Take a breath or two. And then we come back to just hanging arms heavy in the middle. Maybe you're able to touch the ground a little bit more now, or you're a bit closer to it. And then we go left hand to outside of left ankle or left shin. Right hand on top, rotating just your chest. Hips stay where they were. Take a breath or two. And then come back to center. We're going to slowly stand up one vertebrae at a time. So I'm straightening through my lower back, stacking vertebrae. Then mid-back, then my shoulders, and lastly my chin lifts. And we go back down one more time. So chin to chest, shoulders roll. Take this at your own pace. Soft bend in the knees so that we're not feeling too much in the back of our legs. And then just bend your legs, come all the way down to the mat or to the floor. We're going to go into a child's pose variation. So go toes together, knees wide, and then reach your hands forward. Now your hands should be the width of the mat if you're using one, otherwise just at least shoulder distance apart. And then pop your left hand on top of your right. So we're twisting and rotating to the right. Take a breath or two. If you want to increase it, walk your hands forward so that your bottom is up in the air. You're able to press your chest down lower, so this is more puppy pose. Otherwise, stay in child's pose with your bottom back on your heels. And then sink back to child's pose before we walk our hands over to the other side. Option to walk your hands forward again so your hips are up in the air in puppy pose. And then come back to center or sitting back to your child's pose. Coming up slowly. Okay, you can stay facing whichever way you are. But we're just going to go feet out in front of you, at least hip distance apart, so that when you rock your knees to one side, your foot is right up against your knee, so they're not resting on top of each other or anything. Now I want you to sit upright as best you can, keeping your knees pressed down on the ground and trying not to let your other bottom lift. Try to keep both butt cheeks down on the ground. Now your back leg, so my left one here, again keeping torso upright, I'm going to lift the foot off the ground and then back down. So it's a very small movement, can be quite challenging. If you need to pop your hands on the ground for a bit of support, you can. But by doing this little movement, we're actually getting a bit of blood flow, a bit of activation to our little deep hip rotator muscles. And then that's actually going to help to free up those muscles to get a bit more mobility in them. 2 more. Keep breathing. And then see if you can, without any hands, keeping your feet on the ground, can we rotate to face the other way? Hands on the ground if you need, and then our back foot, so my right one, we're lifting. So this is hip internal rotation. Not something that we do very often at all in our day-to-day life, so that's why it can feel a bit weird. Takes a bit of brain power. You might notice one side different compared to the other. One more. And then come hands up in the air if you can, or you can lean back with hands on the ground. We're going to work through a couple of those 90-90s, keeping your feet on the ground. You might end up moving forward slightly, like I am. My feet are being cut out. Again, reminder to keep breathing. We'll go 4 more, so 2 each way. Okay. Now swing your legs around so that you're lying on your belly, and you can come all the way down, head onto the ground or the mat if you like. Hands are going to go, actually I'll show you easier option first. We're going to go elbows under shoulders. So you're propped up on your forearms, and then we're going to actively press up out of our shoulders and our forearms. So like you're pressing away from the mat. Head can go back as well. Take a couple of breaths. If this feels enough of a stretch for you, then stay with this variation. Otherwise, we go into our full Cobra, hands under shoulders, pressing up. Trying to keep your pubic bone and your hips down on the ground. We're going to move through it a couple of times. So we're not just holding, but you're going to relax and go up a couple of times. So whether that's on your forearms or on your hands, relaxing versus going into it. Okay, then we're kind of going to apply the same principle in our pigeon stretch. So whether you are forearms or on your hands. So I think pigeon's a relatively common stretch, but if it's not, you've got your leg kind of out in front of you with the knee bent. Option to just come down to your forearms. So if you did forearms, then we just did your pigeon. And then pressing up out of shoulders like you're trying to lift your chest and your shoulders away from the mat. Or if you want to increase it even more, come up to your hands or even your fingertips and come up tall. But again, we move through it. So I'm bringing my chest back down. Exhale, coming back up. If you need to increase the stretch and you're not feeling it in your glute, bring your foot out in front of you more, so moving it away from your body, and then do the stretch. I just can't really demo that too well. So moving through it, no matter if you're forearms or hands. And then once you feel like the stretch has eased, then we'll go to the other side. So you can just roll onto your bottom, swing your legs around. You can stay longer on that side if it feels like it needs a bit of extra love. So option to bring that foot out in front of you more to increase it. Start with your chest down, and then option to do forearms or hands. Reminder to breathe as you move through it. And then of course, if you want to stay longer in this stretch, you're welcome to. Or if you want to go back to any of the other ones or go back to the other side, then of course go for it. But hopefully you're feeling like the muscles through your hips and through your back have got a bit more movement in them. They're feeling a bit more free. Let us know how you went.